Money, money, money. Money, money, money. We got that fly, you that money. We talk about that money. We all about that money. Money, 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 money. We got that fly, Nubian money. We talk about that money. We all about that money. We love our black skin, our melanin, always focusing in on that money. We always win, money never thin, 'cause we hustling, always focusing in money, 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 money. We got that money, 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 money. We that fly Nubian money. Boss talk, only we stack it up.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and maximize your money. Let's get into it for today. A viral video showing a white woman teaching her younger sister how to get and keep a black NFL player sparked some strong reactions online and opened up a much bigger conversation about dating, money, race, and strategy. Some people viewed the advice as practical and honest. Others felt uncomfortable hearing relationships discussed in such calculated terms, especially when wealth, status, and race became central parts of the conversation. There's also raised questions about how professional athletes are viewed in dating culture and whether relationships are becoming more transactional than emotional. Because once dating starts sounding like networking, branding, or financial planning, people begin questioning whether love is still the goal or whether access and lifestyle have quietly taken its place. I feel like this is going to be a very interesting conversation today. Welcome to those of you in the chat and to the queens that are on the panel. We have Aisha Verzi, our financial expert. We have Shalaye Camillo, CEO of Vital Source Realty. We have Nomalanga, our marriage, motherhood, and money-making expert. And I'm going to start with Nomalanga today. When you hear this, Noma, what are your thoughts? I usually
you have to start with me.
Yes, because I already know you have thoughts. I already know it. I'm not going to wait till the end.
You had to start with me.
We're right in with you.
My audience that we're live. Okay, done. Actually, this is a great conversation because we used to have this conversation, interestingly, because Dr. Boyce used to have this lady called the Princeton Mom. It was like a white Jewish lady. And she used to come on his podcast and he'd invite me on the podcast. And it sounds a lot like it. So I'm excited to hear the videos because I didn't listen ahead of time. It'll be the same stuff. But yeah, I'm just scared that the white lady's probably going to be right.
The sad truth. All right, Aisha, what are your thoughts?
Again, when I think about it, I need to see the video first. It's a good advice or bad advice, because I believe that good advice is always good advice. Truth is always truth, no matter who is coming from. So I think to me, that's how I'm going to wait to see what happens.
All right, awesome. Shalaye, good morning, good morning. What are your thoughts?
I feel the same way. I need to see what this lady about to say.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we're waiting to see if she's right, I don't know how I feel about that. But I understand. I do get it. We have to wonder why they keep snagging the men. Do they got a secret? Is there a formula? So I guess that's what it is. In the chat, let me know in the chat.
Formula, actually.
In the chat. Before we even get to the video, I want to know, what is the chat think? Y'all think that we're going to hear something extraordinary? Are we going to hear the secret? We're going to get the secret sauce? Is there a formula to this thing? AA82 said, we know it definitely happens, but seeing the message is so ick. Okay. Anonymous says, this doesn't surprise me. Well, let's get to our first video. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see if it's good, is it bad, is it truth? Let's find out. Let's go to our first video.
To show women teaching younger sister how to get an NFL or NBA level athlete while in college. Listen to what she say. Her little sister says, I want a football player, NFL, preferably a tall chocolate one. Like you did, I want your life. That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. Teach me. Number one, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. 2, dealing with cheating, don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. It is just a fling. Let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He always be attracted to black girls. Activate the Shanae in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her real quick. LOL. Wow. If she's like us, it'll be harder because more than likely she's playing to win him too. Make him choose. 3, be an asset to him. Fold his clothes, buy and bring him his food. Do his homework. Completely integrated yourself in his life where he can't function without you. 4, don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. Ignore it. Just in case the relationship goes south, another athlete will see you as gold. 5, go completely wild on him in bed. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. Be spontaneous. Make it go down anytime, anywhere. Number 6, his mom, Lexi. Do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family and he'll blame you. Just smile, wave, and be quiet. 7, always look good, appealing, hair and face always has to be done. Push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids and you got them. In 2 years on draft day, you'll be a millionaire. All your friends will work hard in school to literally never live the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding. Lex, I'm in Cancun right now. Boom. She just gave the game. You don't need to go to no other podcast or nothing, women. This is the game right here. Because even though her heart might not be in it, but she's still not cheating. She's still saying, you know, dude, she laid everything out. Everything out that men look for and just hope, you know what I'm saying? And you see what she said with black women. When the black women complain about the black athletes always choosing a white woman, you see how easy she said it is to get rid of y'all. Like, all you got to do is activate the Shanae in them.
Nomalanga, we'll start with you. So you synced the video. Now that we've seen the video, what are your thoughts?
So here's the thing. I think there was a list of about maybe 15 things, maybe 20. I didn't keep count, but 90% of it is about right. Some of it is a little bit insulting. I don't know what the Shanae, I don't know what that means, the Shanae or whatever. But I think 90% of that list is correct.
Okay. Did it sound, Shalaye, I'll go to you. Did the conversation sound strategic or manipulative to you, or did it sound about right?
Okay. It's right if you want that type of life and that type of man. You have to decide what it is that you want. What are you after? We all have a choice in our relationships. Are you after love? Are you after money? Are you after security? What are you after? If you're going after that type of man and you're okay with that list, if you like it, I love it. Is it manipulative? Yes, but also those type of men who also go after those type of women, they know that they're tools and they're being used. And for whatever reason, and we can go down the, psychological reasons and trauma, whatever, they're okay with that. So if you like it, I love it.
So both parties are party to the strategy. Sounds like what you're saying, maybe. Okay, Aisha, what are your thoughts now that you've seen the video? Are relationships become more transactional today?
I think, it depends on how you look at it. It's about dating. She's not married to her yet. She's just teaching her how to score a person. It's just that now this person has stature, right? That's why it's so jarring. But when I was raised, that's what I was told, how to treat a man. That's how I was raised. It doesn't matter who the man was going to be, but that was how I was raised to think about my future husband. That's how I was raised to treat him if he's dating me. That's how I was raised to talk with him and present myself. So I see that the value of the preparation. He's not married to her yet. She's just telling her how to behave and how to act if she wants to really get what she wants, right? So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, because it's not really just about the type of man. It's about men have fundamentals,
Yes.
And yes, there's variations, but there are fundamentals. I have a friend who gets attacked so much on Facebook. Her name is Ro Cotton. She wrote a book, and she had a list of all the things of like how to treat a man and all these other things. And a lot of us Black women just went wild and angry and nasty. But I looked at the list and I was like, but this is what grandma is telling us, you know, this is what moms tell us. And this is why these women are married. Because ultimately it's the truth. And then the other problem I have is, like right now on this panel, there's 4 women. There's no guy here to say, actually, yeah, this is true, or no, this is not true. But if you ask guys, you'll get a better answer than if you ask a bunch of women reacting to what they're not going to do. And then they don't end up with a husband. And not necessarily that an NFL or basketball player is the highest level or quality man, but they don't end up with quality men, but they're the ones with the biggest reaction to no, this is not it. This is not it. How do you know? Why don't you ask a man if this is it? A good quality man. Why don't you ask him?
Unfortunately, if you ask a man, he's going to agree.
Right.
Let's can you pull up the images for me, Tira, of the text thread, like the second one probably.
Why do we say if you ask a man? Because if we're not lesbians, we do want to be in relationships with men. We do want to get married to men. Yeah.
If you ask,
so why would you ask women if you want to be in a relationship?
I have a lot of conversations with men about the So one of the questions I get asked a lot is, why do you think the Black men tend to pick white women over Black women? And that's a conversation that I've had multiple times over the last, let's say, year and a half. But we'll get to that one in a second. So let's start with number 1. He's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. Now, this one is very controversial depending on who you're asking and depending on the context, right? Because one might say he who finds a wife finds a good thing, which would imply a prize. However, when you're talking to a man and we're talking about prize, it comes down to who's providing, taking care of, who is the head, who is the lead, who is the one, kind of like basically what it said. He's the one that's going to take care of you and show up and this and the other. So question for the ladies on the panel. Do you feel that the man is the prize? Nomalanga?
I do.
No.
I'm a prize to him too. He's a prize to me. I'm a prize to him. I think it's both ways. I don't think it's one way or the other. I think just like I am a gift to him, he's a gift to me too. Yes. So that's how I see it. And I think specifically, if we're looking about this particular text, it's that she's specific who she wanted. NFL, she was specific. But, you know, if you're a woman looking for a mate, you're not going to do that. You say, I want a good man. So he's a gift to me and I'm a gift to him. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how I look at it. He's a prize to me because I know we will be one together. And the man that I choose represents me. So, and if I prize myself as somebody that is important and good and valuable, I will choose a man that is a prize to me too, because we match each other. So I see my husband as a prize, you know, in that sense. That's how I look at my husband.
Mm-hmm. I don't
disagree. And it isn't true. And it isn't true that he can change your life and you can't change his. You can absolutely change his life, even if he's an FNL. That's the perspective I was about to give.
We have to make sure that we're clarified. So for our conversation, because we're looking at a woman who's being strategic for an NFL player, NBA player at that level, right? But but the question could be, or the way I asked it anyways, was, is the man the prize? Not necessarily that type of man. Because then the question becomes, is there a difference in prize? Is $1 million, $100 million man a prize compared to $100,000 man?
Not necessarily. I think that a man can be a prize, not the man is
not every man.
Right. And I love what Aisha said. If you're in the right relationship, you're both a prize to each other. Mm-hmm. So this whole conversation about if the man is the prize and men operating in that way, it's just totally misguided and out of order. I get why they say women is the prize, but really we should be the prize to each other. And again, it does depend on the type of man that you're going after. She's giving specific game and specific information for this type of man who also is going to go for a woman who does those things, right? And the question is, would any man want those things. I think that, and I'm not, come on, men, don't get mad at me, but I think that most men who are lazy and haven't done the work on themselves will want a woman who does everything for him and he doesn't have to do anything, and she's just giving and overcompensating, and he doesn't have to really do the work to give back to her. But in a healthy relationship, you have one side who's doing the work on themselves to give to you, you're receiving, and you have the other side who's doing the work on themselves and also reciprocating that. So, the list that she gave, I wouldn't say that's right. That's not right for any man that I would want to be with. I mean, didn't he say something about throat spray? And you got to do that.
We're not there yet. We're not there. Let's go to number two. Number two, dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. It's just a fling. Let it go. So my question then becomes, athletes are targeted, right? Some women specifically target athletes, aware of what comes with it. I am one of those women who have always said, if you deal with a man who is an athlete or a celebrity or of any type of stature or success, you should expect that women are going to throw themselves at him. Now, I'm not saying that you should expect that he's going to cheat on you, but you kind of have to know what the territory that you're going into. So I'm aware of that. The way that she laid it out was cheating is okay. The way I heard it, cheating is okay as long as he doesn't get emotionally attached.
Right.
Is that a part of, I'm not going to say is that a part of a man being a prize, but Nomalanga, you said this is probably about 90% right. Do you think that that's correct?
So I actually did say I didn't agree with the part where they said that he can change your life, but you can't change his life. So if we remove the NFL, the whole NFL thing, and you talk about a good quality, healthy, masculine man, he will, if you are not a good quality woman, you will repel him. You cannot attract him. He will not be attracted to you, right? So there has to be that balance. Now, when she says he can change your life and you can't change his, it's because all she probably has to offer are some cheap things. But if you're really a high value woman, you have a lot to offer. I always take issue. I do believe men are protectors and providers, but I always take issue with the idea that financially providing somehow is the only way to provide and to contribute to a relationship. Sometimes some men, all they got is money, and they are garbage. They are garbage people. And you might say that about a lot of these NFL players or these football players, because they don't necessarily have to be good quality people. They're just people with a lot of money. So in the sense that she's talking about how to get and keep a man, a lot of the stuff is correct because they are men, right? But then when you get to the good quality and good morals and people with integrity, that's when you get into this thing of, should you overlook his cheating or what have you? There are men who feel tempted to cheat, who get women throwing themselves all over them. And they've already decided that I'm going into a commitment and I want to keep it. I want to honor it. I want to respect it. So I know that women are going to throw themselves at me. And even if he does end up cheating or whatever, it's not part of the thing, right? It's maybe something where something went too far or something, and he knows that this is wrong. It's different than when you're an NFL player or a basketball player and you just kind of think, well, if she's got a problem with this, she can go next. I'll get the next one. That's a very different conversation. And yeah, it does specifically relate to celebrities, NFL, and NBA.
And a certain type of man.
And a certain type of, but some men are garbage and don't even have money. And they think
when I say certain type of man, I'm talking about a man who does not have integrity, lacks character, and things like that. A lot of them don't have no money. And they
got all men thinking that they're high value, but that's a whole nother conversation. Let's go to our next video. We're gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep it going. Let's see what we're talking about.
Stumbling across this post. Leaked messages show women teaching younger sister how to get an NFL or NBA level athlete while in college. So this would be something I would call reverse tricking. I guess I had to put my hair down because it's getting a little uncomfortable. Well, this would definitely be called reverse tricking because you're trying to lay down guidelines on how your sister can bag a rich man. I was going to scroll past this, but I was like, you know what? Let me read it. And y'all, when I tell you, I'm not shocked, but then I'm like, what? because this is new. Like, this is not something I've ever seen. And it reads, I want a football player, NFL, preferably a tall chocolate one like you did. I want your life. That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. Teach me. All right, guys, small pause. I'm narrating this, okay? Let's continue. She says, number 1, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. 2, dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate that Shalaye in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her quick. LOL. So let's stop right here because I had to stop right here. This video is extended. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not flabbergasted at all because I know there's a plan, okay? You see those athletes get with those kind of women, you are not surprised because at the end of the day, this is their game plan. That's their game plan. What threw me off is when she said, activate the Shalaye in her. Now, this get me to think that that person is this color. And not only that, I also think she think all black girls are ghetto. And it's not called Shalaye for your information. It's if you play with my face. That's pretty much what it is. Let me know.
She said, if you play in my face. Okay. That makes me now ask the question, is dating for financial security wrong? And I think I should elaborate. I have often said this. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but this is what I think. That women are raised differently, black women and white women. I feel like black Nomalanga, I'm interested in hearing your opinion, so I'm going to come to you first. When we're growing up, a lot of times our mothers, our grandmothers were in relationships where the man was the head of the house, led, paid, may or may not have stepped out, may or may not have had a family across town, right? And then what happened was when their daughters grew up, they raised them to be, you be independent. Make sure you can take care of yourself. Make sure that you don't have to rely on anybody to take care of you. Go to school, in opposition of don't let anybody treat you a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? Just based on what they had to go through at their time. And then in white families, white girls were raised, when you grow up, go to school, find a husband, go to school, get married, go to school, get some education. But the goal is to find a husband to take care of you, right?
Good quality one.
A good quality one. Yeah, a good quality one that would take care of you. But also, this is how you maintain a husband. This is how you get a husband. This is how you attract a husband. This is how you have a home, right? And so when we see these things and we hear these things, because again, that's what I was alluding to. I've been having this conversation a lot. Why is it that these white women are getting our men and maintaining them, this and the other? And I always will say, because they're easy. Like you can walk all over them, you can do them. But it goes back to what Norma said. It's a lot of this stuff. Take care of him. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Make sure you're this. You submit. All the things that we were not necessarily taught because we were more so taught to be able to take care of yourself. But also we're doing more of the single mom thing. We're rearing the kids. We're having to play both roles. We don't have a lot of the time sometimes to do these other things. So when you think about it from a strategic standpoint, it brings me back to my question, which is dating for financial security wrong?
No, not at all. No, not at all. It is one of the things that you should actually look for because being broke is not funny. Being poor is not funny. And passing it down for generations, that's not funny either. And it's not fun. I wanted to touch on something, though, that you said when you said we're taught, like a lot of us are taught. I wasn't taught that. We're taught that be independent, make sure you don't rely on anybody and all of that things. But, if you ask any trained therapist, hyper independence is actually a trauma response. If you're too independent and you talk too much about independence, it's because you've experienced too much trauma where you've been abandoned and neglected or been around people who've been abandoned and neglected. So the response is don't rely on anybody because they will abandon you, they will traumatize you, they will hurt you, they will do all this. But all else equal, if we remove trauma, and Black people, I mean, you could be anywhere in the world. Our trauma stories they're gonna beat everybody's trauma stories. So it's not surprising that we have that mindset of hyper independence, which is not correct. But the thing is, you can't always live your life reacting to trauma. At some point, you have to ask yourself, if I put Grammy or mom or auntie or everybody's trauma aside, what would I really like? What would I be like? What would be the correct thing to say to a young woman? And when you look at it that way, you can remove all this other talk about don't rely on them, they're awful. Because here's the thing, when you hear people saying, I can just do bad by myself, and this is a woman with daughters, she's literally teaching her daughters that same thing. And God forbid she has sons, because she's telling the son, you're not needed, you're no good, you will abandon me. She's telling him all the awful things about himself just by saying, I don't need a man and I don't want a man. Because that's what she's inevitably telling him, whether she thinks so or not.
Do you guys think, or Shalaye, do you think that dating has become more about status than compatibility?
The answer to all of these questions is yes and or no and. And it really depends on the person you're talking to, how they were raised, the quality of people that they have, where they live, poverty, the quality of jobs, like all of these different variables affect dating. So if you're dating somewhere in a metropolitan city, that may be different from dating in a very rural area. And not because people don't want to be this way or that way, or want to be this way or that way. Sometimes it boils down to resources. I do not think dating for resources is wrong if that's your goal. I think at the end of the day, everyone should be asking, what is the goal? Am I dating for love? Am I dating for long-term commitment, marriage? Am I dating just to be dating because I am not ready to be in a relationship right now and I just want companionship? Am I dating because I do want lifestyle and I'm willing to trade all of those things that someone like this young lady teaching her sister, she's willing to trade a lot of herself to get that lifestyle and that money. So what is the trade-off? I think that the person that you ultimately connect with and align with has a lot to do of what you're willing to trade of yourself, because it is a reciprocal thing. Regardless of how we want to think about it, relationships are transactional. We're giving something because we want something back. And I think that's okay. The main thing is you need to manage your expectations on what you're going to give back and what you want to give out.
So something that showed up in my mind as we were talking about this right now, Aisha, from a strategic standpoint, because I'm a strategist, right? So it just dawned on me. I'm like, she didn't say I want a rich man. She said I want a rich Black man, an NFL athlete. Now there are white boys that play in the NFL and the NBA and the Major League Baseball. Baseball makes a lot of money, and soccer. She was very specific, and I want a Black man. And should this Black man, he will always be attracted to the Black woman. But let me tell you what to do to make sure that you can defeat that. Mm-hmm. So that's a very specific strategy in my mind. Mm-hmm. Aisha, do you think that relationships have always involved some type of strategy to some degree? Have relationships always been strategic from the perspective of a woman really knowing what type of man that she wants? Or do you think that this is something new with the fact that all these Black men are getting these major league contracts, and now it's like, hey, we want those types of men?
If you think about it, I think it's always been strategic. When I say that, it's not in the way that this girl specifically is making it seem. It's strategic because she wants someone that can provide for you, right? It's just the way it is, where you feel protected and provided for, where your family actually status can change because of who you marry, right? Sometimes that doesn't mean that you go after specifically. Hers is different, and I also say that it's a dating thing. She's not like she's married to this guy. She just wants to get something out of him or then eventually marry him. But relationships are definitely strategic. Otherwise, it means we'll just meet any guy who will marry him. No, that's not possible. It has to be strategic because we're thinking about ourselves and our future selves, and then the next generation. Is just the way it is. But again, specifically this one that we're looking at, now that you see everything that's happening behind the scenes, is strategic in the sense that they want a particular race and a particular status in the country, because they know that NFL players, who they are. And then specifically also, if you look at the background of a lot of NFL players, some of them only have their moms. They're probably raised by single moms. So they know that they can do things to get them that they probably are not used to, that soft comfort way of taking care of them, that showing them love and attention. So they're specific, knowing that will trigger him to want to be with them. But those things, every other man wants the same thing. It's not just this NFL player. So I think that the strategy coming into this place is that you just want what is good so that you can also probably gain from it. That's what she's doing. But in my situation, if I think about something like this, yes, that's a strategy. I want to be with a good man that has good values, that is thinking about me as his wife and our family together and our future together. That's a strategy. I don't want a guy that will just treat me anyhow. I don't want that. So I think strategy, yes, every day, all day.
Tiara said, at this point, any man, the postman, it's the man, not so much, the financials. Yeah. But let's go to number 3. Let's look at number 3 on her list. What was she talking about? Okay, that's 2. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, I love that PS part. That was good. Let's go to the next one, Tiara. In the chat, let us know. Okay, so number 3, be an asset to him. Okay, go to his clothes, buy and bring him his food, do his homework. This is high school.
They're in college.
Completely integrate yourself in his life to where he can't function without you. I wholeheartedly agree with that one. I definitely feel like you should be an asset to your husband, to your man, right? Yes. Number 4, don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. Ignore it just in case the relationship goes south. Another athlete will see you as gold. I concur and agree on that one. Number 5, go completely wild on him in bed. Okay, let's talk about number 5. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. Be spontaneous. Make it go down anytime, anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I think she got too specific.
How Black women, I have heard that we are not as spontaneous as we could be for whatever reason. Our hair, whatever the case might be. Now, I'm trying to be careful because Nomalanga says you always tell your business. So I'm trying not to tell too much of my business, but I don't mind a little spontaneity from here and there. Keep it spicy. I ain't mad, a little spontaneity. What do you guys think about number 5?
Listen, I just think that it's
wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Everybody went at once.
The most important thing.
Go ahead.
The most important thing, LaNee, that distinguishes your man from all other men is what you do in the bedroom. So why not be number 1 there? I mean, come on. It's it's really not rocket science. But the thing is, I remember there used to be this song called "Be a Lady in the Streets and a Freak in the Bed" or something like that. Yeah, and that's what it is. You don't have to be a freak that everybody knows you're a freak.
Exactly.
Right? And I used to say, I have no problem with twerking at all. Just don't do it in public. Okay. All the freaky stuff, just everything. Just do all the stuff. Just when you're in public, there should be no trace of it, because it's not for other men. It's just for your husband. But absolutely go all out.
Let me say this: go all out, but also do it in a way that respects yourself. The way that this girl was saying, you do this, you swing from the chandelier, you use throat spray. It's almost as if she's willing to do anything and everything, and I don't agree with that. If something is hurting you, if something is not comfortable for you as a person, I don't think that you should just be doing that just to keep a partner, because I believe that is abusive. And there are many women who are in situations where they do things like that, and it ends up hurting their own self-esteem because they're doing things that they really do not want to do on a real level. It's like a boundary, but they're pushing that boundary because they want to keep someone happy. I don't think that that is safe, and I don't think that that's right.
But she didn't say that. She didn't say even if it hurts.
No,
you,
I'm giving the caveat to you shouldn't just do anything and everything just because you're trying to keep this person happy. Because a man like that, first of all, if you're okay with him cheating, he going out and doing that too. So, you know, sometimes it might be a situation where okay, you're gonna go, if she's okay with it, go do that stuff with that person, but you're not gonna do that to me.
I mean, because it gets into that gray area where you hear women say, well, he wanted to have somebody else in the room, so I did it because that's what he wanted.
No.
Yes. Right? Because that's what the caveat is, do whatever he asks, do whatever he wants, right? But what Shalaye is saying, within limits, like where you're comfortable with it.
You want him to respect you.
You give somebody an inch and have to take a yard. You know, I can go out here and do what I'm gonna do. You know, our women are throwing themselves at me. This woman will do with the twosome, the threesome, the foursome. You should do it too, type of situation. So still, you know, keep it spicy. You know, you'll have a good time.
And the truth is, a decent man really, he does see his wife as a prize. He sees her as a delicate thing. The reason why he's committed to her and forsaken all others is because that's his. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this girlfriend stuff where you're being asked to do all these crazy things, but why would a man ask his wife?
I know women who are married and they're men.
I don't want to use this
not to
if you look at Tiny and T.I.
Because a woman is married doesn't mean her husband is decent.
Exactly.
If you have a decent man,
Okay, let's go to number 4. But 5. Let's go to number 6. Let's see what number 6 is talking about. So we agree that you can be a freak. It's okay.
Yes, with your husband. That's with your husband.
In private.
In private.
Not girl.
Wasn't anybody? No, with your husband.
Everybody. Okay, so number 6 says Lexi. Do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family, and he'll blame you. Just smile, wave, and be quiet. What y'all think about that one?
I think that that's true in some cases. I think it's true in some cases, but also in some cases you may have a really good relationship with the mom and she's able to bring that kind of level-headedness to her son. It depends on that mother-son relationship.
Okay. Fellas, y'all in the chat, what y'all think? Do you want your wife talking to your mother about y'all's business? Can she get advice from there? Alpha, the first one, said Black men have the freedom to date and mate with any women or any color they choose. Anonymous, yes, you should be doing any and everything. Okay, that's good. So let me know what you guys think about the last one we did. Jared, let's keep going. Past the mother, I think we have 2 more. Number 7, always look good and appealing. Hair and face always has to be done. I agree with that one. I do think that oftentimes women get married and fall off. I do think that. You got to keep it tight and keep it right. Push for marriage, or at least to have multiple kids, and you got them. In 2 years, on draft day, you'll be a millionaire, and all your friends will work hard in school to literally never live the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now.
What's the goal? It depends on the type of person you are and what really feeds your soul and what really snatches your soul out of your body. Now, if you're a woman who can put up with this, and that, and I don't care, as long as I'm on Cancun in the beach sipping a Mai Tai, I'm good. I don't care what he does. Then that's going to be okay with you. But if you're a woman who is really into exclusivity and you want real love and attention and attentiveness and fidelity from your partner, and that's that type of man, that is going to be a soul crushing experience.
It's not going to work.
So
I do like that they said push for marriage, which isn't about, like, you shouldn't have to push for marriage. But there's one thing about, there's a certain type of woman that you don't have to know her very long to know that being with her, marriage is a requirement, right? And that's how we're supposed to be raising our daughters. Like, marriage is a requirement. I'm not just giving you a baby. I'm not just giving you my body. I'm not giving you my commitment. Marriage is a requirement. And typically the father is the one who enforces that. Like, they'll ask you, like, what's your intention with my daughter? Because you're not trying to sleep with her and leave, and then the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. Marriage should be a requirement. And you should learn how to become the kind of woman where a man knows, without you even saying it, that marriage is a requirement for being with me. It's a requirement, not push it. You don't have to push it, because when you push it, they just run away. They just run away. If you push it, they'll run away. But they should understand clearly that marriage is a requirement in our family, in our community. Our standard is marriage is a requirement for access to my daughter, or to me, or to my whatever.
Tierra said, find you a Russell Wilson. I don't think all players cheat. I don't think all players cheat. I don't think all men cheat.
No.
I think that when you go into certain rooms and certain spaces, there's just certain things you just know, right? Certain environments, you just kind of know these types of men. But there are good ones, even in those rooms and in those surroundings. I think that this young lady is not lying. I think that she's being strategic, but nowhere in there did I see love. Nowhere in there did I see emotions. Nowhere in there did I see, it was all strategy, which makes it transactional, which means, I guess if somebody's treating you good and doing all these things, you could technically fall in love with them. But I don't know. I'm just not sure. I think that the thing that as women, we have to understand is that while we're being strategic, men are dating strategically too. And I forget which one of us, you guys said it, that, or maybe it was the lady on the video. If you've never received that kind of attention and love, somebody that makes your play, somebody that talks to you nicely and softly, somebody that does all the things for you in the bedroom and integrates themselves into your lives and makes you a priority and does those things, it can be very nurturing, right? Especially if you are feeling that another culture or your culture, or the women who look like you, whatever the case might be, don't offer it and do that, it can cause you to gravitate. When really all you're looking for is that nurturing, that softness, that somebody to be there for you, right? We got I could do one more roundabout.
Can I say something, LaNee? Marriage, where marriage is concerned, love is a relatively new concept, and it's typically something in the movies. It's not the first thing, because if you put love first, you ignore all the other things that you should be thinking about, because you're really being motivated by just your feelings. How it should really work is if you look for a good quality man and you're a good quality woman and you treat each other well, love can only blossom. If you really are good to each other, love deepens. Now, when people say, I want to be in love first, they really mean I'm attracted to the person, I'm lusting after the person, I'm infatuated with the person, and I want that to drive my decision. And that is just stupid. It is so stupid, because that infatuation will die off. That fire will die off. They can have the person they didn't even assess clearly, because love was right there in the beginning. So love, or what people call love, is like the dumbest thing that you could choose to choose your partner with. You have to assess fundamental things that talk about legacy, family, respect, integrity, religion, all of these other things. And to be honest, when you're compatible in most of those ways, the love just blossoms and it deepens. Yeah, and it deepens. It becomes very, very deep.
Okay. Tierra says, I don't want struggle love. Sometimes the way people position it is that love equals struggle. And I agree. Love shouldn't be struggle. All right, let's do our stats and then we'll get to our final thoughts. So while the stats come up, the average NFL career lasts approximately 3.3 years, despite the perception of lifelong wealth, because we have seen these NFL folks get in the league, come out and be broke. So 3.3 is the average despite the perception. A large percentage of professional athletes experience financial hardship within years of retirement. So, there's that. Dating and relationship coaching has become a multi-million-dollar online industry because folks are trying to get it right, and people are willing to pay to get it right. Social media and influencer culture continue reshaping expectations around wealth, lifestyle, and dating. Excuse me. Studies show that financial stability remains one of the top traits people consider when choosing long-term partners, which makes sense. So before I do our final thoughts, is there a Black History Women's fact? It's on my thing, but I don't see one, so I'm gonna act like there's not one because I don't see it. This is our final thought question. Do you think that this conversation is exposing uncomfortable truths that people already know or that people are unaware of? So let me let me say this in a way. We know that Black men are dating outside of the race, right? We know that white women. Let me say it like this. I know that Black men are dating outside the race. I have never seen a thread like this. I probably thought that they're being strategic, but I've never seen it laid out like this, where it's like it's strategic, like how I write a strategy for a business, like step 1, step 2, step 3. And maybe I'm naive to believe that they would be that strategic. I'm just thinking, oh, we're just gonna go out here and get a Black man, but it's very ridiculous
Playbook
and strategy. It's how I would write a strategy. Like that's blowing my mind that it's that. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear that as a Black woman and or a Black man, for those of you guys that are in the chat, do you think or do you feel like this conversation is exposing some uncomfortable truths about, I'm not going to put it on the white woman, about how Black men and how Black women come together, how we relate, how we treat each other, how we look at our roles in relationship? Should we, as Black women, have this same strategy with how we deal with and treat our men? That is the final thought for today. I'm going to leave Noma for last. Aisha, I'm going to start with you.
I think it's just exposing the truth. And I'll say this because growing up back home, I'm the youngest of my sisters. And those strategies were taught to me, not that diabolical, because we're not like going for something somewhat specific, but my sister taught me that. My mom taught me that. And I see how they live their life and how they led by example. So they were my role models. You know, if the man comes in the room, show him some respect, greet him, welcome him, get him something to drink, get him something to eat. If he's hungry, like you're present. So is that grooming? Is that strategy? I guess. But that was exactly how I was raised. I'm the youngest of the girls, my mom, my sisters. This is how they taught me. So it's just my being. If there are men around, the way I carry myself is different because I am a woman and I have to carry myself in a way where the man knows that there's a woman present. So is that a strategy? Maybe. So I believe that it's just exposing the truth of really sometimes what we take for granted, what men actually need. Caring for them, showing that we care, just being present, being an asset to him, being somebody that actually amplifies his life in a good way, where he sees you as priceless. He sees you as something that he values, right? But again, is the way we also present ourselves. So is it something that has been exposed right now? I don't think people are surprised. It's just that to see it written down by someone that it doesn't look like you, and then they say it bullet by bullet. But when I saw it, I'm like, my sisters taught me those things too. So I don't see it as anything bad, right? So, but hopefully,
I think it's important to say, where did you grow up? Where are you from? Were you born and raised in the United States?
Yeah, no, Nigeria. Born and raised in Nigeria all my life. I went to college here in the United States, but I was born back home. And so, yeah, it's so when I saw that, but I also agree that it's just really exposing it. And the sad thing is that it's so in your face and bullet by bullet point, like Dr. LaNee would say, like a strategist is right in front of you. But literally, we lived it every day back home. We lived it every day. So my final thought is this: we do need role models of women that we see and I want to be like them. I remember a while back with I have adopted mothers here. When my husband and I were dating, if I was saying something out of line, literally under the table, they'll kick me. And then they'll give me a look. No, really, they're grooming you to be a good woman. And I think that is so important. We shouldn't all be only one way. Allow the other women that are successful, doing well, you be married for 50, 60 years, be your example that you want to be like. And it takes hard work. It's not easy. So that's my final thought. And we are each other's prize, not one over the other. It's not about looking for money. It's about really becoming the best person for that person, just like the person is trying to be the best person for you. It goes both ways. And that's how we should look at it. And, if you want to look for me, you can find me at the Black Business School and also at aishaverzi.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Shalaye, so same question, right? Does this conversation expose uncomfortable truths about things that we already know, but also from the perspective of, I think that there's some cultural nuances, right? If you are from a different country, you're going to have been raised differently. It's one of the reasons why it's another reason, let me say that, not the reason, it is another reason why Black men will pursue women from other cultures outside of American culture, whether it's Brazil, African, Hispanic, because other cultures will get this type of upbringing versus American Black women culture. So I'm gonna add that nuance for you.
Okay. And so the question is this a surprising?
Is this conversation exposing uncomfortable truth?
I don't think I think it's, again, we're seeing it listed out. I'm not surprised. And is it uncomfortable? No. That's how that type of woman is having a strategy to get that type of man. So I think that everything that she said makes sense for the kind of man that she's trying to get. Regarding the cultural aspects, there is definitely a differences in cultural differences. And I believe that in a lot of, and I don't want to make it seem like all Black men are going out trying to get women of other cultures.
Oh yeah, no. It's very, it's very.
But the men who do that for those reasons are seeking those women who center men. And that just is what it is. And I don't believe that that's right or wrong. I believe that that is, if that's what you want, that's what you go and get. I feel like women as a whole, and this isn't just Black women, I'm having these conversations. I have the Rainbow Coalition as friends who are married, single, divorced. And these are conversations that are happening all across cultures. I don't know if this is an American thing, but what I'm seeing, it's happening, and because we have the internet, it's happening all across the planet, where women are having these conversations about what they have been taught and how much of what they have been taught has been wrong or painful or not to their benefit, right? Mm-hmm. So these conversations are happening all over. And again, it boils back down to, if you like it, I love it. If that is what you want, if you are raised in a culture that centers men and that is the lifestyle that you want and that is what you believe in, do it. And nobody should tell you not to do it. If you live in a culture that is decentering men or looking at a patriarchy in a certain way, and women are more not even focused on themselves, because that's not even in our nature, but focus on becoming more fulfilled within ourselves, focus on decentering men because of abusive type strategies and tropes and experiences that are out there, that is also okay. And I think that we need to get to the point where we are decriminalizing what everybody wants. And I think that once we do that, then we'll be able to have these conversations more openly. But right now it's like, this is right, this is wrong, that's right, this wrong. And I don't agree with that.
I love it.
I am. Are we doing we're introducing ourselves? Yeah, I am Shalaye Camillo, CEO of Vital Source Realty. I am here in Boston, Massachusetts, and I can help you buy or sell real estate anywhere in the United States and Canada. So if you're interested, I love my B1 family. I love to help you guys. If you just need information, also reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Shalaye Camillo, and you can find me at my website, vitalsourcerealty.com.
I love it. Thank you so much for being here and for your insight. Dang, you said something I was going to respond to, but I can't even remember what it was. But Nomalanga, go ahead. Final thought.
Yeah. So my final thought is that Shalaye is right. You can't apply a one size fits all to everybody, because that doesn't make sense. It almost even becomes oppressive. Having said that, though, relationships where heterosexual relationships where the goal is building a family, within the context of marriage, being successful from generation to generation, building wealth, it being healthy, passing down success to your children. There are fundamentals. I'm always amazed that people say you can just throw things at the wall and see what sticks when it comes to the most important decision of your life. Everybody here is an expert. I have 3 degrees. And with each degree, I kind of thought, well, I want to do this. I'm going to get a degree. And I spent 4 years learning how to do it and understanding the do's and don'ts of it. So no, we don't get to just do whatever we want and hope it works. There are fundamentals. There's little examples. And also, I don't like the idea that if a man is this, then why can't I also? Because men and women are simply not the same. I'll give you an example. A man has to be financially stable. A woman doesn't necessarily have to be financially stable. She has to be financially prudent. So when he brings those finances, he knows that they will be well managed. A woman, even though women nowadays insist that they want to be respected, the highest priority for a woman is to be adored. The highest priority for a man is to be respected. And that's across the board. I'm not just saying it. It's been studied, repeated. There's so many books written about it. So when you argue with things like that, you're actually arguing with facts. And then when you resist information that produces the result that you want, again, the result that you want. If the end result is you want marriage with a man, you want it to be successful, you want to pass it down for generations, you want to be a fulfilled woman, you want fulfilled man, you want fulfilled children, all of that success. There is a blueprint. I don't care what anybody says. There is a blueprint. And this woman just gave us a glimpse of it. Now, it does have some trash in it because she is trash for saying, I want a black man or whatever. There's some trash in there, okay? But there are some fundamentals in there. And if you ignore the fundamentals, if what you want is a wholesome, healthy, masculine man to be married to you, because again, you can have him and he'll just want the kitty cat and not you. If you want him to commit to you, you want to build a family, you want to be loved, adored, and it to go for generations, there's a blueprint. There's a blueprint. And rather than argue with it, learn it. Find women who know it and learn it.
Awesome. Okay, so as we head out, my final thought is going to be simple, quick, and easy, and that is every man desires something different. Know your man, learn your man, and be willing to do what he wants, because you will find that you will do something for one man and another man wants something different. Something as simple as opening the door. I have a friend that's in New York who when we go places, if he opens up my door and I get in, I know, reach over and open his door. That means something to him. He's like, okay, you appreciate that, open the door. My dude, when he opens my door and gets in, if I touch that door, it's a problem. He like, you don't touch doors. So it's really like knowing and understand your guy, your man. What does he like? What does he need? Some men don't want you to be a freak in the sheep. Some do. Like, what does your man want? What do you got to do to keep your guy? And then be strategic about your guy, right? That's it. That's my final thought. I am a strategist. I'm Dr. LaNee Javette. You can find me at I am Dr. LaNee Javette. At the end of the day, this conversation is bigger than athletes and dating. It reflects how money, status, and visibility are shaping modern relationships in ways where people are becoming more willing to say out loud. For some people, dating is still rooted in love and connection. For others, it has become closely tied to lifestyle, access, and financial security. And when relationships start being approached like long-term investments, it changes the way people view trust, loyalty, and even attraction itself. Thank you for joining us on today at, where are we at? Fly Nubian Money. And to the queens who joined us today, Aisha, Shalaye, Nomalanga, and for all of you guys in the chat, we love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for coming every Monday through Friday at 1:00 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget, you can check us out on Spotify. You can text the word Queens to 87948. Again, that's Queens to 87948. Or go back and always watch the replay on YouTube. As always, go out. Have a beautiful day on today. Stay blessed, be black, and be one. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.